Are fan conventions dying? So there was a recent Fandom Pulse article that has been making some kind of waves over the past couple of weeks, and it's titled "The Death of the Fan Convention: From Star Trek to Worldcon. These events are fading away." And the whole article was given the idea that fan conventions are actually not being attended as well as they were. Um, that's really funny, Matthew.
Matthew
These
says, Thomas
conventions
loves metadata more than Zeitgeist because Zeitgeist is metadata for history.
and Tom was just like, "Ha!"
I feel so seen, Matthew. I feel so
Just,
seen.
yay, hooray! Authors love talking about metadata.
No,
Seriously,
librarians
you want to
love
be
metadata.
found today, you got to use metadata. I used to find people based on metadata, and they didn't even know that that data existed. Okay, you want to be found, you got to know how to use metadata. Cons have always been vital hubs for connecting with readers, pitching ideas, building community. Star Trek is really well known for doing fan conventions well, at least they were, and then the one people really liked was Star Trek Original Series and then Star Trek The Next Generation. It was really fun to meet them at conventions, and they loved their fans and they connected with them really well. But these guys are getting older, like a lot older, and
the fan attendance is way down at the Star Trek conventions. It's way down at Worldcon.
You also
Dragon Con still has good numbers of signups, as Justin is pointing out. So it's not that they're going away entirely. And I feel like part of this is a cultural thing because the more right-leaning conventions like LibertyCon sells out its tickets in like 24 hours. Realmmakers just did a big announcement last night that they're expanding their convention for next year. And so I don't know how much this is a kind of rebellion against fan culture, convention culture generally. Some of it is they never recovered from the pandemic, right? So for a year or 2 years, no conventions happened hardly. LibertyCon probably happened because ain't nobody going to tell me what to do.
Right. So LibertyCon, so each con has its own personality, and there's no just this is a con. Okay, each con has its own personality. LibertyCon is very much a loyalty-based thing. They keep their tickets available low, and then they say, "Come back next year. We're putting tickets on sale right now. You have to get your ticket right now, or you're not coming back." And again, LibertyCon is libertarian in the extreme, which was huge, especially in 2020 when everything was left-leaning and everybody's like mask up, and everyone was imposing morality on everyone else. LibertyCon was huge, very popular because it was a way of defiance. Okay, and then you can follow on. So it stayed popular because people wanted to be associated with that, and the people who go to LibertyCon want to be associated with that. Realmmakers
and Dragonsteel is very popular. Actually, no, it looks like it sells out every year, but it's only selling 7,000, 7,500 tickets.
Right. They're keeping the ticket numbers low.
Yeah.
So you can say we sold out. You had 12 tickets.
But it's also in Utah, so it's not like it's in like some of these conventions are in like either in Vegas, which is kind of a hub city in a unique way. It has direct flights to every town in America, or it's in a city like Atlanta, which is a hub for Delta. So it's really easy to get a flight to Atlanta if you're flying Delta, for instance, which is easier than getting a flight to some random town in Utah or even Salt Lake City. That's not a major airport. So it's harder to do.
It's the worst airport in the world, though, only because you have to walk so far.
There we go. A Marine complaining about marching.
Oh my! Holy cow!
So I think that this Fandom Pulse article is perhaps overstating it. I don't think that fandom culture is dying overall, but some fandoms I think are dying out. I think the Marvel fandom is really struggling.
Yeah.
I think the Star Trek fandom is really struggling. I think the Star Wars fandom is really struggling. I think this
is the downside of deconstruction, right? Because you had this subversion, right, where Rey doesn't embrace the Jedi code. She burns it.
And the Jedi aren't good anymore. They're evil.
Right. So you're subverting the very thing that made you popular in the first place because you're like, I got to keep this fresh somehow. But you can't attack yourself that much because then you get 10 years down the road. And you're seeing
people would have Jedi weddings. But if the Jedi aren't good anymore, do you want a Jedi wedding if the Jedi are evil? You know, it means like you really hurt your fan base when you break your promises and you
Yeah.
change your world. And I think that that's what we're seeing more than people like to gather over points of common interest. This is not breaking
Yes.
news. This is a universal element of the human condition, right? I want to be around other people who are like me. I want to talk to people about things that we have in common. And if I have kind of an obscure taste or preference, I want to be able to interact with people who also share that nerdiness, right? If there was a Zeitgeist convention, I would be signing up. I'd be like, let's talk about Zeitgeist for an entire convention. Or if you're really into book marketing, we just happen to have a book marketing convention for you. It's called the Novel Marketing Conference, which you can sign up for. Get more information at novelmarketingconference.com.
More about metadata and Zeitgeist.
Jonathan might be talking about metadata a little bit on his Amazon
Well,
page
actually, I
optimization
am.
talk.
I'm doing a talk on optimizing the Amazon page, and man, it's gonna go really deep. Y'all are probably gonna learn how to kill people. It's gonna be.
Can you point the microphone more at your mouth? You're coming in and out. Gotta work on the aiming there.
It got mad at me.
Yeah, just to rotate it so that it's pointing at your mouth.
It got
It'll give
mad,
a little
though.
bit better audio. So we're getting a lot of comments in the chat on what people think about conventions, whether they think that they're going or not. For those of you listening in the future, if you want to see the live chat, the chat room today is hopping. Do come live, click like, turn on notifications.